whenever you're ready.
Hey everybody, this is installing the inside boards on this centerboard trunk. This first board has to be in two pieces. There's a scarf on this aft end. We're going to lift it up over these bolts and insert it inside and to attempt to dry fit. This is our dry fit before we epoxy things together. Well, let's try it.
Okay, gotta go your way a little.
Those drift pins are permanently mounted in there, and so we're trying to get the boards
Hold on,
to
Tom.
work around them. You can notice that the boards have
Okay, there we go.
areas routed out so that they fit around those drift pins that are in there already.
Now we're lifting it up as high as we can to get the next board in place.
Gotta lift together.
We're going to tie it up.
That's your limit right there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll remind you to do this.
And part of this dry fit is experimental to see if we're able to fit the lower board in next. Okay, we're tied off. Now let's get the
We're
next.
not gonna get by, we're right on the drift there.
I know, but it swings. It goes way over there.
Okay, let's try that. I get that over as far as it can go. Okay, ready? Okay.
I'm gonna get around this rope, Tom. 1 second.
All right.
Okay, now, are we ready? Are we ready? I'd have to take your blocks out, but let's see how it fits. This is the point
Can you
that's
go back anymore?
tight. I'm up on the post. Take out your blocks.
Well, then this will drop.
Yeah, okay, maybe it won't fit, huh? Do you need more space? Maybe you could hold it up with one hand just for this maneuver, you know? And then once we slide back on the
All right,
post.
let's do that.
Would a shorter block for you, Tom, open that in?
Thinner block, man.
Thinner block?
Oh, you can't put your hand under it, I guess, can you? I'm below the drifts here. You got one more drift, number two. Number two drift has got it. If we can pull that, we're down. There it goes. Now, keep a hold of the bottom of one. If you're confident, I'll maneuver this end under on the post. There it goes. Good. Okay, we're in.
There we're in.
Now, if you can help me maneuver two in place. All right. But I want to get my end out of the hole first. See,
Yeah.
I got to hold the one plank in
Right, I've
place.
got the one plank up here.
All right, now I got to let go of the rope, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, now maneuver that end forward.
We're high at the top.
Might need more fitting, you know.
Let me drop. I gotta push out on. I gotta push out on the number two board to get this one in. And bring the
Are you
number
clear
two.
of the post? Can I pull it forward yet?
No.
Gotta get your top in to clear the post.
I know, but I can't get it. It won't go. There we go.
There it
Now
is.
we got it. Oh,
Whoa. Whoa, Nelly.
Breaking sharp. No, that's the other one.
Maybe we need to clamp the handle on that one board. All right, I think this is feasible. We're calling these the water boards. Plank number one port, plank number two port, and the number one plank on the starboard side is in place over there. And what we would do is then come up from below and install our two-piece wedges. They're about 4 feet long. We'll slide them up and clamp these apart toward the steel drifts, onto the steel drifts with epoxy resin to maintain the perfect spacing inside, from side to side, inside of the centerboard trunk. The wedges will be here on this scarf. There's just 2 scarves on the one planks up there where Tom is, and there's 2 more wedges inside. About 2 5/8, 2.5 to 5/8 is the inside measurement of the wedges, and that's the next step. We would go down below and pound them in. These planks will all be installed with boat life caulk in between the edges, top and bottom. We'll cut boat life the bottom of this 3 plank, the top of the keel, the bottom of the 1 plank, and the top and bottom of these 2 planks. And the posts, we're calling them centerboard posts, head ledges, I think they're really called. And inside these cap pieces here will all be fully caulked with boat life. These drifts are going to be encapsulated with West epoxy and epoxy putty, which would be pre-installed on the wet when the final install. And then our next operation will be to put on the second planks here. We call these the water side planks. These side boards towards us is, I'm calling the human side planks for lack of better terminology. But the 2 will be fastened together thoroughly with stainless steel screws, number 12 by 2 inches down here. This board's thicker, 2 1/4. This board up here is 1 3/4 thick. We're going to use 1 1/2 number 12 stainless steel screws. And these are all pre-drilled. We'll put the human side boards in place, and we have ready-made shores like these 2x2s here. Brace up against the chine log. This is not the one that goes in this location, but anyway, they're all cut to length and they'll fit up against the block. And press these 2 together, mashing the epoxy. The shores go right on top of these vertical wedges that are inside the centerboard well, holding that spacing so we have a rigid surface to press against. We're actually pressing against those wedges inside and pressing against the strength of this keel, top and bottom, the centerboard trunk at the top. And all these, we'll have 4 shores pressing on the epoxy before we install the screws. In the end post of the centerboard trunk, this timber, we are pre-drilling 3-inch number 16 silicon bronze flathead wood screws. And we'll install all of those screws through both layers of this is Douglas fir, to finish bedding the boat life. I don't know if, I guess I didn't mention these surfaces. This entire surface will be spread with wet epoxy and then thickened epoxy putty. We'll thicken with Cabosil and microfibers, microballoons I mean. And I think we can get 100% contact. The putty should, as we progress from the ends, we'll work towards the middle, installing these screws and with this shore in place, and then more screws with the next shore in place. We'll be working the air out between the 2 layers of wood, and as we install the screws, we should see epoxy squirting out of the adjacent screw holes, and ensuring that we have a 100% contact. But this is our installation dry fit. Tom and I wanted to make sure we could get these boards in this way from the top instead of going down below under the boat and passing them up inside with wet boat life and epoxy putty. But I think we can do everything inside the boat. So let the fun begin.